AITA for telling the teacher to stop making comments on my wheelchair? I'm 18F. Have a pretty messed up pair of legs. Have had since birth. I can walk but am an ambulatory wheelchair user. I'm currently due an upgrade for my chair. I've had it close to 7 years and it's a bit messed up. It's gotten pretty uncomfortable and it makes noise, but like I said, I've had it 7 years and I've grown rather attached to it. We're saving to pay for the new one at the moment. I have one teacher, my English teacher, who constantly makes comments about how banged up looking it is, and gets pretty pissed anytime I dare move and it makes noise. She says it's distracting. The comments about the appearance of the chair annoy me a lot because it's hardly going to look brand new after 7 years of constant use. She made a comment this morning along the lines of, you should really get a new one. That one looks like it's about to collapse under you. I got really mad about this and I said, you know what? If you think I should get a new chair so bad, you can pay the nearly $4,000 it's gonna cost, or you can stop making nasty comments about something that literally doesn't affect you. She didn't really look at me until the end of the class, but the boy who sits beside me said it was slightly asshole-ish, as she probably didn't realize how difficult the process was. AITA? NTA. Mobility aids are often expensive and hard, slow to get the right fit for the individual. It doesn't take someone with vast medical knowledge to know this. And even if it did, she's an adult and supposed to be a professional. It's not acceptable for her to pass comment on any aspect of a student's appearance. NTA. It's bizarre and so rude to comment on someone's wheelchair. Has she just crawled out from under a rock? Of course wheelchairs are expensive. I would reach out to the principal just to be sure she doesn't hold this against you come time for grades. Totally NTA and good for you op. You should go one step further and report the teacher to the administration for harassment. She might not realize how difficult the process is. Give me a break. She's a teacher. Nay, she's an adult. She knows things. Like not to publicly embarrass a student. Or not to be a terrible role model to the kids witnessing it. Or not to be an ableist. Or how about not to be a shitty person? NTA. NTA. It is not your responsibility to educate her. She got what she deserved. NTA. Your teacher, however, is an insensitive moron at best. You called her out perfectly. High school is hell to begin with, and teachers are supposed to lead by example, not act like they're a teenager. NTA. As a teacher myself, I am mortified by your English teacher. If she is that concerned over the condition of your wheelchair, the only acceptable thing would be to pull you aside and maybe ask if you were open to her helping. Doing some fundraising. She knows those chairs are not cheap. We all know those chairs aren't cheap. It also bothers me about how concerned she is with the noise from your chair distracting her. Legit. The other noises coming from everywhere while teaching are distracting. And you get used to them. Pencil sharpener being used? Still teaching. Kids whispering to each other? Still teaching. Kids running down the hall outside your classroom? Yeah. Still teaching over that too. I wish you the best dealing with this teacher. I would consider reporting her. And I hope that only for your sake. Since you talk about being uncomfortable sitting in it, that you get your new chair soon. You responded so well. That will keep her from making any future comments. NTA. She can go stew in her ableism in silence. NTA. Definitely NTA. This made me mad just reading it. So I can't imagine how angry you must have felt. NTA, she should have spoken to you quietly and away from the other students. I know how expensive wheelchairs are, as my middle kid's wheelchair is worth $10,500 plus, and that's just a basic chair with thoracic support, belt and harness points for traveling in a wheelchair van. Edit. Would the school possibly consider doing a fundraiser to help purchase you a new wheelchair? NTA. Hopefully this ends up being a learning experience for her. She needs to put herself in others' shoes instead of making comments about her students. NTA. I imagine she's gotten really annoyed at the little noises your wheelchair makes. Like we all do, it some keeps making noise. She might even think you're doing it on purpose. However, that is never a good reason to single out and basically bully a student. While she might not realize how expensive a new wheelchair is, people are often naive about these things. She shouldn't mock someone because they're poor, i.e. unable to pay the small amount to update the object. Either way, she's a teacher and needs to start acting more professional. Obviously NTA. Maybe she grew up in a first world country where people who need wheelchairs are just given them. And she didn't realize how much it costs if you have to pay yourself. But still, she was awful. Good on you for standing up for yourself. NTA. It is her problem she chose not to educate herself before making a comment. And it would have been a great opportunity to show her students moral values if she would have helped to fund your new wheelchair instead of being an awe. NTA. No one needs to be commenting on your mode of transportation. Do they think you don't know the condition your chair is in? You're in it every day. You're living in it. It's just rude to be pointing it out. NTA. I could maybe understand her privately asking you to address any excessive noises the chair might make if it's so very bad that it's disrupting class. But she went far beyond that. You handled her nosy, inappropriate comments just fine. NTA. And please report the teacher. This is definitely discriminatory. NTA. Teachers are human and can be out of touch with the reality their students live. Your correction was to the point. If the teacher keeps it up, go over their head and make sure you are advocating for your needs. NTA. That was basically my first thought. Why don't the teacher just buy you a new chair since she's so bothered by it? Hey, that thing you need to use to get around? That I don't use. Yeah, it's annoying and ugly. Your teacher is rude and the boy is too. If she didn't realize how difficult the process was, then she shouldn't have opened her mouth about something she knows fuck all about. NTA. I hope you gather the required funds soon.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.